Good afternoon, Dr. Cindy. I'm sorry you're getting this as just a video, but I've been for almost 3 days now trying to sort out ePortfolio, and I've had enough. I'm not messing with it. I had a Weebly page that was easy, very simple, no problems ever, and they've canceled that. So this Digication or whatever it is I've had nothing but issues with it. The first time I tried to use it, I couldn't get it to work, and I can't get it to work now. I've submitted something else to another teacher for another class. It didn't go through. It's not working right. I'll probably get a 0 for that one as well. I just don't care. I'm not stressing over it anymore. I've been stressing so much this semester in this class. It's ridiculous. I had no idea that this class would upset me the way it has. It's not you, it's the material. It's some of the videos and the things that are discussed and the way people talk about things. And some of it just upsets me so bad because the way I was raised. And I've gotten to the point where, like I said, I think I told you this before, I don't even speak to some of my family because of it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know where they are. I don't want to know what they're doing. I just have no use for them whatsoever. This includes my mom. My mom is one of the biggest bigots I've ever known in my life. She'll sit there and hi, it's oh yeah, on the phone, and then hang up the phone. That stupid black bitch, that motherfucker, and I can't handle it. I can't deal with it, and that's why I have no connection with a lot of my family because of the way they are. And that's nobody's fault but my own, because if I wanted to, I could stay in touch with them. I just choose not to because I don't want to be part of it. And over the years, things changed some, and then things have not changed. I mean, right now, everybody's basically, it's like the 60s all over again. Everybody's standing up for what they believe in and for what they think is right. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is when people stand up for what they believe in and point the finger at other people and say, you're the blame, you're the reason. No, don't point the finger at me. I'm not the blame, I'm not the reason. Okay? So you need to be more specific when you're saying, in society, I have these issues because this is the way I am. And it's nobody's fault because I am the way I am. It's just the way I am. And some people accept me and some people don't. And there's nothing I can do about that. But no, everybody wants to say, well, you're not accepting me, so you're discriminating against me, you're oppressing me, you're holding me down, you're holding me back. It's your fault. No, it's not. I mean, I've never used that as an excuse. I right now can prove discrimination against me. I right now can prove the fact that I'm not getting a job is because I'm classified as Native American and disabled veteran. And a lot of people say, well, that you're a disabled veteran, you should get a job. No, it doesn't work like that. Everybody says, oh, yeah, but you're a veteran. Everybody hires veterans. No, only if you're fresh out of the military, not 40 years later. Okay? So I don't blame anybody for that. That's just the way it is. I do, however, have issues with the fact that if I changed my resume today and said I was white and I was not a disabled veteran, that I was just a veteran, I'd have a job by the end of the week. I can guarantee that. I guarantee that. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I am not going to change who I am to please somebody else. I'm not going to change who I am by filling in blanks on a piece of paper so somebody doesn't look at me and say, ooh, we don't want to hire this Native American. We don't want to hire this disabled veteran. Disabled veterans have lots of issues. Native Americans, they're alcoholics. They all have issues. They all have problems. Because this is the kind of attitude that people have. They don't realize is that, we're not all the same. I get classified at the VA. This really upsets me. I get classified at the VA. People speak to me like I'm some kind of low-life, second-class person. Okay? What I mean by that is there are many, 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 many veterans who are alcoholics, drug addicts, convicted criminals, convicted felons, uh, abuse their spouses and their families. Um, so when you deal with people at the VA, especially when they're not veterans, they have this, I guess, mindset that because you're a veteran and you're disabled and you've got anxiety issues, you got depression, and you have problems, you have issues. Therefore, you're an alcoholic, a drug addict, and a convicted criminal, and you get treated like that. And I hate it. I hate it. I don't think that anybody at the VA, that if you're not a veteran, should be working at the VA. Period. Bottom line. Not even the doctors. Right now, I'm trying to get a new healthcare provider at the VA because my healthcare provider, he will not. I just feel he doesn't care. I had a video conference with him several months ago, back to the beginning of the year, and we talked about things. I was trying to fill him in on my health issue with having the pulmonary embolism, and I could look at his face while I'm sitting on the video chat with him, and he just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, is there anything else I can do for you? I said, well, yeah, I'd like to have my gel inserts replaced. I'm supposed to get those every 6 months. I haven't had one in over a year. I'd like to get my compression socks replaced because I'm supposed to have basically a pair every month. I'm supposed to get 6 every 6 months. It's been over a year since I had new socks. Every time I try to get stuff issued to me, it's, well, we have to get it resubmitted. Well, okay, let's get it resubmitted. Well, you don't have a healthcare provider. What do you mean I don't have a healthcare provider? Well, they got rid of your healthcare provider. Why? Because you weren't using them. I'm like, oh, wow. You mean so that because I don't have any injuries or illnesses or problems where I need a healthcare provider, you just cancel my healthcare provider? Just like that. I no longer have a healthcare provider because I'm a healthy person. And now that I'm having an issue, you're saying I have to get a new healthcare provider. Okay, fine. Well, that healthcare provider is totally useless, isn't he? So I've been on the phone recently trying to get this sorted out, and it is such an issue just to be able to speak to somebody that is willing to help you. You talk to people on the phone, and it's not just here at the VA. It's everywhere. People's attitudes just suck in general. They just suck. They say, okay, this, that, and the other. Anytime you talk to someone from the VA, they're supposed to put a log in your file. That just doesn't happen. So how do people explain this? This is why people get so upset, because there are things that are supposed to happen in people's lives, and they're not happening. And it's not just me. I'm not pointing the finger at just me. I'm saying in general, they're not happening. So people that are oppressed and pushed down and pushed aside and shunned and discriminated against, they're fed up. I'm fed up. But the thing is that my way of dealing with things is completely different than other people's. I'm not going to go stand out there on the street and rant and rave and hold up signs and say, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll deal with it myself in my own way, in my own time, and I won't be out in the public pointing the finger. If I'm going to point the finger, I'll do it in court. Or I'll do it by filing a formal complaint. But I won't do it by standing out in the street and saying, you're to blame for my problems. Because really, in reality, my problems are my problems. Nobody's created those problems. Those are things that happen in life. Things come up. Things change. People change. You want to change who you are? Fine, change who you are. But don't get mad at me because I don't accept it. Okay? It's not, I just don't get it. Certain changes people make, this gender identity and all this other stuff, and they're doing, I saw something recently where some guy changed to a girl and joined some athletic team or something or whatever, and just totally wiped the board of everybody. Well, that's because he's a guy. He's a guy wanting to be a woman who'll never be a woman. He'll always be a guy. Okay? And that's just the way it is. That's life. That is nature. Okay? You can't change your physical, you can change your physical appearance. You cannot change who you genetically are. And that's what these people are trying to do. They're trying to change who they are, but they're pointing the finger at other people. That's wrong. This person should not be allowed to participate in women's sports. Now, if you get enough of these transgenders or whatever they are, I don't even know what to call them, these gender identification people that are trying to change who they are to another sex, that's fine. You want to give them sports, but put all of them together to play sports. Okay, that's not being discriminative. These are the same kind of people that you are. They're men who want to be women. Okay, fine, do it. But you're going to play in your own sports. You're going to participate against people just like you. Okay, that makes it equal and fair. Because even if you change, you give yourself boobs and you whack off your cock and, throw your balls in the trash and take something and gouge a big slit out of your crotch and claim you're a woman. Okay, you can do that, but you're not a woman. You're a make-believe woman. Okay, so I don't get all this. I don't accept it, but I'm not going to fight anybody on it. I'm not going to say, you're wrong. I just don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. And for people to say it's my fault that they're not able to do what they want to do, I don't accept that. I don't accept that at all. I don't accept and take the blame for other people's misfortunes. I don't accept and take the blame for other people that are standing up for what they believe in. Stand up for what you believe in, but don't point the finger. I'm from the Deep South, and there are many people where I come from right now that are still very much bigots, very much prejudiced. So in order to avoid a situation, I stay away from it. Let them be bigots. Let them be prejudiced. I don't want any part of it. But don't point the finger at me and say, oh, well, you're not one of us. You. That's fine. I don't want to be one of you. But don't say that I'm wrong because I agree with civil rights and everybody should be equal and everybody should have the same opportunities. I may not agree with some things, but that doesn't mean that these people can't do what they want to do. And that's all colors, all ethnicities, all sexual preferences and everything else. It's all of it. Do what you want to do, but don't throw it in my face. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people saying, well, that's wrong of you to think that way. Well, why is it wrong of me to have my own opinions, to have my own feelings, my own thought process? You're having your own feelings, your own opinions, and your own thought processes, and that's okay. You can do that. You're happy with doing that. But when somebody else tries to do it, well, you're wrong because you don't agree with me. I'm not like that. Do your own thing. Take it down the street. I don't care. Take it wherever you want to take it, but don't throw it in my face. And that's what I feel a lot of people are doing these days. They're pushing it and pushing it and pushing it to where a lot of people are getting pissed off. So we run right back into the same thing we had back in the 60s. Okay? But now it's not just the blacks or the Asian or the Hispanic. It's everyone. It's everyone. I have issues. A lot of people have the same issues as I do. But you don't see me trying to get together and form some kind of protest to say, hey, fuck all of you, we're veterans and we're going to take control. Because I'm not going to do that. No, that's just wrong. But there are people out there that are like, screw you, screw the government, screw this, screw that. Yeah, go for it. Because there's still always going to be people that are going to stand up and say, no. I don't agree with you. I don't see it that way. And that's why we will never, ever, 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 ever be on the same page. No one. We will never have continuity throughout the world. It just will not happen. And people say, oh, but you got to keep trying. Yes, you have to keep trying. You can never quit. You can never stop. But you have to face a sense of reality. It's like the optimist and the pessimist. The glass half full, the glass half empty. What is it? Is it half full or is it half empty? Where is it? Where is it? Well, you know what? I don't care because I'm thirsty. I'm going to pick the glass up and I'm going to drink the fucking water. Okay? Because I know I need that water. And I'm a realist. Okay? That's the difference between me and most people. That's why a lot of people don't like me. Because while they're sitting there arguing about whether the glass is half full or half empty, I walk by, pick it up and drink it, throw the glass down and break it. Say, there, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And people hate that about me. But that's who I am. And I will never change. I'm not going to change. I've done my changing. I've done my compromising. I've done the, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. I won't do that again. I'm over all that shit. I'm 62, almost 63 years old. And I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm not going to have people get up in my face. And that's why I stay to myself. That's why I have such bad problems with anxiety. Because when people are being oppressed and pushed down, I have a tendency to step in for the little guy, for the underdog. And that's caused me a lot of issues in the past. And luckily, because I'm very well fluent in law enforcement, in laws and stuff like that, I have been able to avoid arrest because I know this sounds terrible, but when people start getting up in my face, I know how to make them assault me or try to assault me without ever touching them. And then I have a right to defend myself. And that's what I do. And that's why I don't want to be involved in anything like this. I can't. I want so bad to help my people. I want so bad to be able to stand up in front of 1,000 people and say, we're not going to take this anymore. But I can't do it because I get too angry. I get too upset. And that's when bad things happen. So I've learned to live by myself. I've learned to take care of myself. I have very few friends, which is fine. I think I've only got like 160 something people on Facebook, 180 something, maybe less than 200. And that's because over time I've gotten to know people on Facebook, and I just don't want to deal with the crap that they put on Facebook. Some of them I haven't unfriended. I just don't follow anymore. So maybe one day things will change for the better, but for me at least, no, I'm just going to take care of myself. I've got to, I hope I live to be 150. I doubt I will. I keep having these reoccurring nightmares that I did a long time ago, that I was in a hospital and I don't even know who it was. It must have been a grandchild or something like that. And they said, is he going to be okay? And they're like, well, for 106 or for whatever it was, and his fifth broken hip, yeah, he's going to be fine. And it's like, is that what I have to look forward to? A life, the rest of my life full of injury and pain and discomfort? Hope not. Which is why I just basically don't do the things I used to do. I used to be an extremist. I used to be, all kinds of stuff. But I don't do that anymore because I can't. And I can't do the things that I want to do because I know where it's going to lead. And I can't do that. I don't want to go to jail. And I don't want to hurt anybody. And so I let people be who they are. I let people voice their opinions. And I let people say what they want to say. As long as you don't bother me, as long as you don't try to include me in it, as long as you don't point the finger at me saying I'm part of the problem because I try to keep to myself, then everything's cool. Everything's good. And I hope that every minority, that every person that is oppressed, that every person that feels discriminated against, I hope that somehow, some way, they can find within themselves to forgive these people, because I have. All these people that have used me through my life, that have done things to me and hurt me in ways and taken things from me, I forgive, because it's not their fault that they don't know how to control who they are. And that's what it all boils down to, is controlling who you are and not letting people take advantage of you. And so I support civil rights. I support equal pay. I support women's rights. I support all this stuff. But I can't change it. I can't make it better. But I'm not going to try and make it worse either. So I've enjoyed having class with you, Dr. Cindy, and I hope that this e-portfolio thing doesn't screw me up too bad. But to be honest with you, I don't care. I will never use it. I still don't understand it. I've asked other people, I've asked other students, and I always get a different answer every time. And so I'll give you this. I'll give you a copy of this, and then maybe in class you can explain to me how to get it loaded up on ePortfolio, Digication, or whatever it is. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll send this to you. I'll send this to you as an email. All right. So you have a good day, and I'll see you Tuesday in class. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the nice weather because it has been beautiful. Cats are loving it. So I thank you for everything, Dr. Cindy. You have a great day. Bye.